All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope you're having a good start to the day. We're here to answer a couple of questions. Number one, did we sell our auction house items? And number two, what are we going to do That's what we're going to do. I'm going to fix my camera a little bit. Looks like it's a little over. All right, first things first. Let's go see about our auctions and see if we've sold anything from yesterday. It says we have unread mail. By the way, it is Sunday. Hope you're able to find your way to a Holy Apostolic Roman Catholic Church. And if you're not, or you don't do that kind of stuff, that's great too. I do respect that 120%. Usually I go on Saturday at 5, but lately been needing to go in the morning on Sundays just because of some work schedules. Yesterday I did learn something really cool though. I was watching the video. It was talking about the communion of saints, and in the Catholic tradition, we believe that nobody dies in the body of Christ. So if you do go to heaven, you are in heaven with our Lord and Savior. But a lot of times people are like, hey, why do Catholics always like bring bones around to parishes and have like relics and stuff like that? And that's a tradition that started a long time ago when Christians were persecuted. They would hold their masses in secret places, and they would bring the bones of the believers with them, especially ones that were like known to be significant in the community, because they didn't want their remains to be desecrated. But in Kings, I think it's chapter 2, verse 7 to 13, it tells about some soldiers were digging a grave for somebody, and they put a body in with the bones of Elisha, not Elijah, but Elisha. And when the body touched the bones, he came back to life. Not because the bones are powerful, but because through the bones, the power of God was shown. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I've never really thought about that one in the context of why the Catholic Church protects the remains of significant people that have done significant things in the name of the Lord. But anyway, and of course, even just run-of-the-mill Catholics, we're called to treat our remains with a certain level of respect and stuff. Anyway, I don't want to get too much off topic. I came in a video last night. It's like, oh, that is so cool. I never really connected those dots before. New layers, right? Okay, let's check this auction house. Oh, and another thing, the new Street Fighter trailer came out, and it looks so good. It looks so good. They've got great actors on it. I don't recognize any of the actors really, but the actors look like they're doing such a good job in the trailer, kind of representing their character in the Street Fighter universe. The story plotline, it's always the same, but it looks a lot more interesting from this take. So I'm excited about that one. All right, let's see what we got from our auction house here. This was from our stream yesterday, by the way, when we were cranking up our fishing. And I believe we got our fishing to 150, if I remember correctly. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And we also got our cooking up to 80 so that we could learn a recipe for fish. All right, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Did we make any money whatsoever yesterday? Woohoo! We got something. We got something. We got something. We got 760, 1912 for our whisker catfish. Again for more fish. Oh, half a gold for some copper. Nice. Okay, let's open all. Right now we're at 20 silver. We are at our first gold piece, ladies and gentlemen. Our first gold piece on Texas. Yes. Alright. The world's our oyster. The world is our oyster. Wait a minute. We needed to buy something, didn't we? I think there's something over here we could buy that we just didn't have enough money for yesterday. I think it was up here. I think, now was it a recipe? I think it was a recipe. Or maybe we already know it.
Man.
It wasn't from that guy.
Good to meet you.
Greetings, man.
Okay, we already know that one. That one's still far away. I guess we got everything we needed from here.
Stay away from the voodoo.
Maybe it was on the auction house, actually. That is quite possible. That is quite possible. By the way, I'm going to have fantastic weather today. Fantastic. Now, I don't know if it's going to be windy. I don't know if my wind is going to be trying to blow everything down, but it's supposed to be very warm today. Okay, I don't want to go in there. I want to go in here. Let's just check some recipes now that we're super rich at a gold and a half or whatever. Let's see. Recipes, fishing. Let's go usable items only. Okay, we don't need that yet. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe we do need that. But I don't think we can do that till level 20, right? Okay, let's look up cooking. We want cheap, cheap, cheap. Longview Mud Snapper. Longjaw Mud Snapper. I think we want that, don't we? Let me check. Yeah, let's pick that up. I don't know where that's from, but like, I mean, honestly, 20 silver, not bad, not bad. We'll grab that. And that'll be good. There we go. Now, can we actually fish that in where we're at here? Can you fish Longjaw Mud Snapper in Orgrimmar? I think you can. Yeah. I think we can. I just want to see what that... well, actually, let's just check the recipe. Okay, good. It is orange. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think that's the one that we pull out of the water the most often. Now, I'm kind of curious. Can we use the fishing book to go from fishing to 225 when level 10? In vanilla, or sorry, in Burning Crusade Anniversary. You gotta be specific. Okay, it says we cannot use it yet, so we won't bother trying to get that right now. But we know where we can find it. Also, I think it's a lot cheaper where you just go buy it, if I remember correctly. Let's see. How much on average is the book to go from... Go to 225 Fishing, Burning Crusade, Classic, Anniversary, from the vendor. Typically around 1 to 2 gold. So they're charging a little bit of a surcharge on that, but not much. Not much. Be kind of cool if we can get our cooking max too, actually. So here's a well-fed for mana with the sagefish. We need one with health. And it's not the longjaw mud snapper. Maybe we'll fish from the top of the rock. Nah, I gotta buy something for the rod.
Glory.
I don't think we need to use one of our nice ones though for this. We'll just use a cheapo. Let's see here. When applied, gives plus 50. Plus, I think we can just use the. Let's use a Nightcrawler, whatever. Oh, we already know that one.
For the Horde.
Let's buy 2 of those.
Speak, friend. Dabu.
I think we still have our rod on, actually. There we go, there we go, there we go. Our first cast of the day. So we're looking for Longjaw Mud Snapper. And there's our first one. Let's put them in this bag here. And I'll close up this bag. Let's put our bait in here too. This will be our fishing bag. Nice. What are these guys here? 243. Let's just sell those.
What are you looking for?
Get rid of those. Get rid of those. Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. We don't even need this stuff here. I'm just gonna sell this shield. We'll get a better one later. There we go.
Be safe.
We're picky. We're picky. Alright? We like things set up just right. Now, we're not gaining any fishing, unfortunately, but we're not looking for fishing here. We're looking for cooking skill. And they're orange. These things are orange right now, so everything we get is a point in cooking. However, we got to catch more of these guys. Now, these guys come a lot less often than these guys do. And then there's one more that comes even less, I think. And of course, as I say that, we get another one. Ooh, what was that? Oh, bro, look at that. We got our first item from fishing. That, like, literally, that's our first magic item on this character. Period. Oh, we're selling that on the auction house. We're totally selling that on the auction house. I'm not going to wear it because it's leather, though. That is sick. Whoop, whoop. Right? Oh, you know what? I wonder, guys. I'm going to put it in our fishing bag. This feels better in our fishing bag. Now I can close this bag. You know what I wonder, guys? I wonder if when you max out your fishing, if you have a higher probability of pulling stuff like that in certain waters. You know what I mean? It'll be pretty cool, actually. If that's true. Like, if we pull another item in this session, we're definitely onto something here. I don't think I have recipes for the other fish. No. Just that one. And of course, yesterday we're pulling long job mud snappers like nobody's business. Ooh, I wonder too if it's maybe the total amount of fishing you have on your rod based on where you're at. Right now we're rocking at 205 fishing in the starter area. Well, that's pretty impressive actually, if you think about it, 205. By the way, guys, I had a comment on one of my live streams that the fan was making the viewer a little dizzy behind me, so I turned it off today. Let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced that. I can't guarantee it's going to be off all the time, though. It gets warm sometimes. But it's not making that much of a difference right now. Dude, if we pull a piece of plate armor, I'm going to be like super impressed. Super impressed. By the way, I'm going to have to go AFK for a couple times in the stream. Starting in about 15 minutes. Not too much. Just a minute or two each time. Gotta get some things ready before I go to mass. Just quick things. Now I'm kind of thinking of putting that expensive lure on to really crank up our fishing. But I'll use this last night crawler first. Maybe on one of these next WoW streams, we'll put ourselves in chat. We'll find a dungeon that we're good for, and then we'll just spam at the beginning of the dungeon that we're looking for group, and see if we can actually get a group going. Just looking for the group finder. I don't think there is a group finder yet. World map. Social. Ooh. Raid, maybe? No, it's been a while. It has been a while. Alright, we're up to 10 cooking now. Yeah, we haven't got any magic items yet on this character. I think that's pretty cool that we pulled our first magic item from fishing. Considering we've been like prioritizing fishing, I thought that was pretty awesome. I think these are the fish here that sold for pretty good money too on the auction house. Cool. Okay, we got 2 minutes for this strong fishing pole lure to go away, and then we'll put the next one on. We can build up some rep with Undercity, some rep with Ratchet. Maybe we'll try some stuff like PvP stuff too. Almost up to 20 cooking skill. I'm gonna cook these 15 and see where we're at with this recipe though. I knew that was gonna be 15 there because that's the most like common fish we pull here. Can I cook here? I want to see if these are still orange once we get to 95. This is the whole point of what we were doing too. Isn't that cool? We're trying to get to the point where we could fish and cook with our own stuff. And here we are. Okay, is it yellow now? Yeah, it's yellow. Okay, now I'm curious. Now I want to put one of these good ones on. This will just be our fishing bank here. I'm going to put one of these good ones on. Now our fishing is 230. Even better. Just got to catch one more long jaw and then I can close this bag. There we go. So 225 is the next fishing plateau. I wonder what the maximum fishing you can get. In Burning Crusade Anniversary. Let's just ask. What is that? Did we get another item there? Did we get another item there? No. What is the max fishing in Burning Crusade Anniversary Edition? 375. We are a ways off from that. We are a ways off of that. Yeah, we're pulling those long jaw mud snappers really good. I'm hoping to get at least 89 silver to gold and a half for those pants. We're gonna ride this recipe out. One of my goals this year is to do a bit more, because I haven't for quite a while, but I want to do some more fishing and hunting. My dad used to take me out a few times when I was younger for hunting and fishing a couple times, but it's just been something that I haven't really prioritized at all for quite a while, just because of, you know, how busy things are and all that stuff. But I really want to kind of prioritize some of that stuff this year, especially starting like summertime into the fall. We'll catch up to 20 of these bad boys, and then we'll see where our cooking goes. I'll give it 6 minutes, and I gotta take a quick minute break. This coffee's going down so good. Cheers. You know what I like about WoW? I could be taking a drink of coffee, and the fish jingles, and I still have time to get it. You know what I mean? It's not as Twitch as some games do with their fishing, which I appreciate, because in my opinion, fishing in an MMO isn't meant to be Twitch. You know what I mean? Oh, speaking of Twitch, guys, speaking of Twitch, I installed Quake Champions. Came out in 2023. Super low player base right now, but I optimized it up a bit last night. Going to be doing some content with it. I'm an old school Quake player, especially the original Team Fortress Classic. Like the original, before it was called Team Fortress Classic, it was a Quake 1 mod. And I was a sniper and a soldier back in my early days of college. And so I've always been a Quake fan in terms of the pace and the speed of the combat. So I tried to get into some matches last night with real players. It was quite late though, and it was hard, so the player base isn't big. So I'm hoping during peak hours tonight that I'll be able to find some matches. I'll probably just make a video on that instead of a stream on that, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. It looks nice, like the game looks nice, runs well. Took me quite a bit to dial the sounds in. There's a whole bunch of different audio sliders, and some of the sounds are very loud. And it seems like there's a point where if you bring the like, for example, there's a weapon in the game when you shoot, if you go from like volume 8 to 7 on your weapons, it takes it down too low. But then if you go back up one, it's too high. So I'm just going to have to roll with a couple things being too high. And then maybe try to take them down in post-production. Because some of them can be pretty jarring. Apparently development on it though is basically life support. It doesn't have a lot of players, but it plays really well. The Quake team always does such a good job. I would play Quake. What's the one that I have? I have another one on Steam. But there's no servers super close to me, so it's like ping 90, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like ping 90 in Quake. I'm like more of a 30 to 40 max ping for Quake. Which I can get on Champions, but I'm just going to ride out this 3-minute buff and then I'll take my break. Or 60 seconds. I should get an AFK GIF for the stream, actually. Let's search one up. What's this one? That's weird, dude. Oh, I like that one. That's kind of nice. I'm gonna try this one. Let's call it AFK1. Let's see. There we go, there we go. What if I could change the opacity of that? MakeAGIF.com. Oh, my buff is gone. My buff is gone. Okay, let's just try this. Properties. Nope, we don't want properties. Filters. No, we don't want that either. We want blending mode. There we go. That's kind of weird, though. Nope, not a fan of that one. Let's try another blending mode, though. So add. Track. Oh, that looks dark. Screen. Multiply. Lighten. I think lighten's probably the best. Yes, that's not too bad. We can just lock it there. Alright, I will be right back, guys. Gotta go check on the thing. All right. Not a big fan of that one. We'll find one later. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Oh, I found one. I found one, I think. Let's see. Save image as. Oh, that's a JPEG. Bummer. Oh, hold on. Maybe this one. Yep, there we go. FD2. Let's try this one. Properties. Oh, look at that. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Let's go back to normal. What if I could crop on here, though? Streaming stuff with Grizzled. Doing it live. Let's see here. Blending mode. I don't know if there is a crop. Let's go blending mode again, though. Blending mode, add. Okay, let me turn myself off for a second. Maybe we just make it bigger. Blending mode, subtract. That's a little too disease looking. Screen. Okay, screen's bright. Let's go back to add. Subtract. Screen. Multiply. Lighten. I kind of like lighten too. Okay, there's normal. Or no, that's add. Let's go lighten. Yeah, I think add's better. We'll just leave that. That should be fun. Better than the other one anyway. I might have to just make one to get kind of what I want, but for now that's good. Oh, we're up to 20. We're up to 20. Let's just see where 20 takes us. If it takes us green. 15. Great up. 21. This should take us to green. And we're going to rock this till we're gray. Why not? We're 100. That's 2 for 3. 3 for 4. 3 for 5. 4 for 5. 4 for 6. 5 for 6. Yeah, we're still getting good points. We're still getting good points. Oh, wow, wow. They're green now. We're still gonna catch them though. I want to be the very best. No one ever was. Gotta catch them all. Let's see here. I gotta put on our bait. Should we use a good bait again? We haven't caught any magic items. Let's just use the cheap one up first. We actually pulled the magic item with our cheap buff anyway. By the way, guys, you're probably checking this out later because I am streaming super early, but I hope you're having a fantastic day. And on top of that, I hope you have a great start to your week. So that's right around the corner. Oh, I tried one of those from 7-Eleven. I tried one of those Japanese egg salad sandwiches, and they were pretty good. It was Japanese style. Apparently they're catching a lot of buzz. The one I had wasn't the freshest, but it was pretty close. It was pretty close. I picked it up later on in the evening after some lane swimming. So if it was like rock solid fresh as soon as they came in, it'd be fantastic. Good thing we're pulling these bad boys out pretty frequently. That helps a lot. They kind of hit the head on the nail with crafting in World of Warcraft. How you can kind of use other crafts, other trades to fuel and facilitate your other trade skill is really cool. I like that. Like, I mean, Ember's Drift has a decent crafting system, but I have to buy specific things from the merchant, which is okay if they're pretty cheap. But and they might have other trades too that actually I don't think they do, but like, I mean, it's just cool how this kind of like synergizes. The synergy between fishing and cooking is pretty cool. As is like mining and blacksmithing, I'm sure, although I think you probably still have to buy components for those ones. So I guess there is no difference there. I don't know if Embers Adrift has fishing. Let's see. I'll catch a fish and I'll check. Does Embers Adrift have fishing? Cooking trade skills. I think they have cooking, don't they? Okay, they do. Cooking's under the provisioning profession. Fishing is a gathering activity and the materials gathered are used by crafters. Okay, so anybody can fish. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We're gonna have to try fishing in Embers Adrift. There is a body of water right outside of New Haven. I'm only gonna catch 10 at a time and then we'll cook because I don't want to cook when it turns gray. Because we're just selling the cooked fish at this point. Oh, it looks like we can train our skinning too. We should probably train our skinning. Okay, there's 10. Oh for 1. 1 for 2. 1 for 3. 1 for 4. 2 for 5. 2 for 6. 2 for 7. 3 for 8. 3 for 9. 4 for 10. So we got a 40% chance of getting this skill point. Not bad, not bad. Not terrible, not terrible. For every 10 fish, we shall get 4. And we are at 116. But I'm still going to stop when we catch 10, because we don't know when it's going to go gray on us. I'm assuming it's going to go gray probably around when we hit 120, 125. That's what I'm assuming. Just making sure all my fish are in the right spot here.
What can I do for you?
Making some good money, making some good money.
May your blades never dull.
More of those bad boys. Kind of hoping we make another 40 silver for our stacks of fish too. So we'll take this to gray, and then we'll go to the skinning trainer. We'll level that up so we can hit 150 on skinning. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there's one more of those guys. I missed that one. I didn't hear it. Maybe we should find a big guild, too. That'd probably be easier for getting groups for dungeons. Boom, boom, boom. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fear relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining at the sun, we've no less days to sing in God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Alright, we're at 12 now. That's good. Thought I pulled an item there for a second. I thought I pulled an item there. Let's see if this takes us to the gray zone. I'm assuming it's going to go gray at like 120, 125. Wow, we just got 3 in a row there. Now we're failing a bunch. Come on, hit 120, hit 120. Come on. There we go. Look at that, they're still green. That's still green. Okay, just give me a second. I gotta do something quickly. I'll be right back. All right. Let's just buy a cheap one.
Strength and honor. Farewell.
We'll just buy a cheap one because I don't really think it's making a difference on the item side. So we're just looking for like a little bonus to the fishing. That's what we're looking for.
What can I help you with? For the Horde.
Long jaw mud snappers. Here's our first one. Okay, so we'll catch, I'm thinking, let's get 20. Let's get 20 of those bad boys. That should give us around 8 skill points. Where are we right now? Cooking. Where are we? Let's see here. Oh, we'll just catch what we can in the time that we have. Oh yeah, right, but I'm worried about it going gray. So let's go, yeah, let's go 20. A stack of 20. And we'll see if that takes it gray. And then I might just kind of calm down on the cooking until we get to the next town and see if there's a recipe there from the wildlife. I gotta check the dryer here again in a little bit. Yeah, I'll do 20. That should take us to the end of our 8 minutes on our buff. Still kind of excited to see how much we can sell this Pioneer trousers of the Owl for too. Plus we gotta get our skinny before I leave. I don't think 10's enough. I'd like to get, for the streaming setup, I'd like to have a third monitor, I think, when I build my new rig in a year or two. Have a big monitor just for chat, one for the game, and one for like looking stuff up in OBS. Right now I'm doing a dual monitor setup, which works great. Right now I'm running a Windows 10 rig with an i7 6700K 1660 Super, and I've upgraded this computer a couple times over the years. I built it in 2017. At that time it had an i5 6 series, or no, i5. Yeah, I think it was a 6 series. It was either a 6 or a 5 series i5. And then, so I upgraded the CPU. I think I originally built this with a 1050 Ti, which is a great card, but I upgraded to a 1660 Super on the card. And then I threw in a terabyte NVMe drive, which made a huge difference last year. And then I took the RAM from 8 to 24. And it's doing well, but it doesn't meet the requirements for Windows 11. So that's why I'm running Windows 10. It could handle Windows 11 no problem, but you know Microsoft. But yeah, my next one I want to have probably, I'd like to have a 5070 Ti in a year or two. I have to see kind of where the market goes for the graphic cards. I think I'm going to try maybe an AMD CPU and 2 terabyte NVMe, 2 of them. Or maybe a 2 terabyte NVMe and a 1 or 2 or 3 terabyte, 4 terabyte SSD. I'm tired of aligning storage to installation sizes. Right? Like right now I've got a terabyte NVMe, 250 gig SSD, and a 2 terabyte old school 7200 RPM drive. And on the RPM drive I just put my backups. But I'm constantly having to think about space on my NVMe, because I like to do the video editing on the NVMe because it's faster. So I dump a lot of the games that don't require, like, you know, fast settings on the SSD. So right now I'm at like 180 gigs of the 250, and you gotta leave like 60 gigs free on an SSD, otherwise they don't work optimally. So WoW takes up quite a bit of space. Classic is like 5 gigs for each install. Anniversary, or sorry, retail's like 130 gigs. So it's no small amount of space. Plus a lot of other MMOs are big too, right? I think Embers Adrift is a reasonable size. I think this is going to take us to the gray zone. That's my prediction. I'm just fishing out this timer, by the way. Got 2 minutes left, I may as well just fish it out. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another magic item like we did earlier. Yeah, I think a 5070 Ti is kind of what I'd like to have. Or, if it's possible to find a 4090 for a reasonable price at that time, I would totally rock a 4090. But I'll have to see kind of like what the games are requiring. 4090 is such a nice card. Probably one of the best NVIDIA cards ever made in the history of NVIDIA. Right up there with like the 1080, you know? Let me know in the comments, because you'll probably be watching this after I stream, but let me know in the comments what you think is the best NVIDIA card ever made. And if you use Radeon, go ahead and tell me what you think their best is. AMD. I actually tried AMD a long time ago, and I was not happy with their driver support for graphics cards. I found their graphic driver support slow and glitchy and nowhere near the quality of NVIDIA. However, now that NVIDIA is kind of changing its focus to AI stuff, and saying that they're throttling back production on gaming stuff, that script might flip, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Okay, this should be our last cast. There we go, there we go. Let's see if this takes us to the gray zone. What am I doing? Click on the cooking. There we go. Okay, here we go. 25. See how far we get. I'm predicting that we're going to get to 8, 9, 10, 11. So 20, 133 is I'll predict we get to 133. Based on our 4 for 10 odds. It might go gray at 125 though. Which would be Sag. Oh, come on. Start giving us some points here. Okay, there's 124. Our odds went significantly lower. I think it's after Sagefish turned yellow. Oh, there's 125. It's still not gray. Wow, that is grindy. That is very grindy. We've hit the grind zone for green here on these items. And let's see, let's sell those. And I think we're gonna stop there. Let's find out where the skinning trainer is. Let's find a guard. See what time it is here. Got about 5 minutes, then I gotta take another quick break.
Strength and honor.
Okay, profession trainer, skinny. Look for him in Kodo hide leatherworkers in the drag.
Blades never dull.
Okay, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. So we definitely got our fishing up and our fishing's max, but we definitely got our cooking up well today. I think we started at 80, right? And we're now at 126. So that's huge. We gained 46 points in skinning just from our own fish today, which is awesome. Oh, he's really close. He's really, really, really close. There he is. Nice. Now we can take that to 150. Now let's go sell some of these fish. Oh, and the magic item too. Woo, woo. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, no, I'm not. Where am I? Auction house should be right. It's because it's dark, I think. I'm lost. Oh, no, we got to keep going this way. Yeah, okay. I'm not even in the area with the auction house. I'm like, where the heck am I? Everything looks so different when it's dark. Boom, boom, boom. Coffee's good, right? Coffee is good. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's do the magic item first. Reset. Search. Not bad, not bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. We'll go 23, 24. 23, 24. Actually, let's just go 18, 19, 19, 19, 1999. And that way somebody will buy it to make a little bit of extra money. I thought we'd get a little bit more from that, but that's okay. Let's check raw bristle. I think this is the one that we listed for 40, right? Oh, they went up a little bit. Let's go, let's see, 410. Let's go $3.99 each. So, open up my trusted calculator. $3.99 times 20. So we're looking at about 79. Let's go 74. 74.89. 74.99. Great. And then this one will go, let's just see here. Stack of 15. Let's have a stack of 15 coming in at 54.59. There. Raw brilliant sunfish. Usually these sell for more. Okay, I'm wrong about that. Wow, look at how cheap. Okay, we'll just sell those to the vendor. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm not going to bother competing with that market.
How may I aid you? Be careful.
All right, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Low-key, I kind of want to just keep fishing for a bit. I think this is going to be a fishing auction house stream. Fishing and auction house, chatting and coffee. It's the hooks of this game are kind of getting back into me, guys. I gotta be honest. They're kind of getting back in. We'll have to see how it goes for like dungeons and stuff. I'm assuming that if Classic Plus happens in WoW, it's going to be branched off the anniversary edition of the Burning Crusade. That's what I'm assuming because it's the newest Classic. It's had the most hype, and Blizzard has gotten money from it. They were selling whatever the perks were, which I didn't buy, but they were selling the perks for getting back into Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary Edition. So, if there is going to be a Classic Plus, I'm thinking it will be branched off of this one. And what I think they'll do, my prediction is they're going to use. I'm just going to use our expensive lures. Who cares? Let's just use our expensive lures. Yeah, that gives me 10 minutes. Yeah, so what my prediction is they're going to do Lich King off of this. And then instead of going to Pandaria, they're going to go Classic Plus. Or they don't do Lich King. They maintain some of the Lich King systems that people really liked. And they branch off from this, the Burning Crusade. Now, they're going to have to be careful because their player base for Classic is not the same player base as Retail. Classic player base is going to be mostly like Orcs versus Alliance kind of people. It's not going to be like the, you know, everybody loves everybody. And it's going to be like more of like a, your player base is going to be like more like war focused, more focused on like faction grinding, raiding, you know, the older WoW vibe. If they try to bring a more retail-like vibe into it with Classic Plus, that could be interesting. It might work out, but my guess is that it wouldn't work out as well as if they stuck with the tried, tested, and true. You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm also excited about EverQuest Classic content. Classic Plus. Now, that might happen with Legends. I can't remember if Legends is promising to do that or not. I'm not sure how I feel about Legends though, guys. Like, I don't know if I want an easy peasy, rapid EverQuest. I just don't know if that's going to click with me. I kind of like EverQuest where it's at. Not in terms of like where it's at in terms of things to do in the game. Like, don't get me wrong. If EverQuest took like maybe like Kunark and the systems from Kunark and then built entirely new content off the systems of Kunark, I'd be all in. I'd pay a subscription fee for that again. 100%. Like, where would you end up? Like, where would you branch off in the EverQuest timeline in terms of expansions to Classic Plus content, right? Like, would it be like, for me, I stopped playing after was it Luckland? I can't remember. I think it was Luckland. I played for the first 3 or 4 expansions, and then I bought other ones, but I think I stopped around being like fully into it around Luckland, I think. But for me, I think Kunark, or maybe the one right after Kunark, is kind of like, for me, that was peak EverQuest, you know what I mean? Or maybe I had Plains of Power. Might have had Plains of Power too. But where would you branch off? What would be the expansion you feel like would be a good place to branch off for the EverQuest team? Do you think they should just go back to EverQuest, like OG EverQuest, and just build new content and just like have some quality of life features that are necessary these days for MMOs? Or would you veer off your Classic Plus content from a certain expansion? I guess I guess another way to frame the question would be, when do you think EverQuest started to go down in terms of engagement and fun factor compared to other MMOs that competed for your attention, right? And I'm not saying EverQuest in its current form is bad, because I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it. I'm just saying, you know, there are peaks and valleys in expansions, right? So, like for me in World of Warcraft, you can't beat Lich King. Lich King was a phenomenal expansion. So was the Burning Crusade. I wasn't terribly excited about the other ones. Legion was well done, but let's just remember Legion was working with some broken systems. It was working from the Draenor stuff. Legion was really good because it brought a lot of fun back into the game. But for me, the peak WoW experience was Wrath of the Lich King. That's where I would branch off for Classic Plus. And I would really fully embrace all of the things that made Lich King phenomenal. So cool raids, faction grinding, like I'd have all continue with building new factions to grind for stuff, reputation, trade skills, obviously, you know. But I would try not to go down the valley of things that were brought in that people weren't big fans of. And I think, like, Like, let's look at Mists of Pandaria, right? I don't really like Mists of Pandaria. It was okay. It had some cool stuff in it, but you can still bring the Panda race into the Classic Plus content. You can bring all the races into the Classic Plus content, just in the way where they fit into the Lich King style systems, right? I wonder if Embers Adrift is going to get an expansion. I don't know how big their dev team is. That'd be interesting to find out, though. Dang, we're going to get a lot of fish on the market today. I'm going to take another break here in about 4 minutes. Once my fishing buff goes and we do our cooking, I'm just going to go check my laundry. I missed my fish there. I missed it. Can I emote while fishing? Nope. But I cried. I cried. Oh, I was just thinking about the fan on the roof. I bet you it won't bother the person when it's going super fast. Because it will be going fast in the summer. It will be going fast in the summer, but they won't be able to see the spinning as much. It'll just be a whole blur. Kind of cyclical when you think about it. We talked about that at the very beginning of the stream. I'm going to be wrapping things up here in about 20 minutes. Maybe 15. Okay, we're going to get up to 20 of these snappers again. Actually, we'll just keep going until 3 minutes done, like we said. One thing I will give it to Classic, man. Like, I mean, we see a lot of people in this city. We're in Bucktuck nowhere in Orgrimmar, and we're just on some dock in the valley in the far reaches of the city, and there's still tons of people going by us. Some people fishing. So, like, the player base is there. Which is important too, right? That's important. Boom, 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 boom. 80 some seconds. $60 seconds. This is definitely going to take it gray. There's no doubt about it. I'm just hoping that we gain some good skills from the 20 this year. Another thing that WoW has going for it is I'm doing a lot of stuff here in 60 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, it is not lacking things to do with your time. Like, I feel like it's hit the perfect sweet spot of engagement from the player, depending on what you're doing. Like, we've accomplished a lot in 60 seconds. It must be like that whole dopamine thing, right? Like, it's firing things off in your brain, like you're accomplishing. And there's no doubt that WoW hit the classic recipe for that. And that's what made it so popular with players. Okay, there we go. See if the proof is in the pudding. You know what we need? You know what we need? We need a building excitement. Let's try this. Oh, hold on, hold on. Alright, here we go. Create all. We got 24 of these bad boys. So many things I want to add to the stream. I just don't have the time. We're fighting for points. We're fighting for points. Here we go. Feel it's coming. This next one's going to be good. I feel it. I feel it. Nope. Yeah, we just got to get a better recipe. There's no doubt about it. But I'm going to finish off this stream with fishing. Can we get to 30? Can we hit a streak? Can we hit a streak? 3 in a row. Can we hit 3 in a row? Can we hit 3 in a row? Come on, 3 in a row. Come on. Come on. Can we get one more? Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go do a couple things. Bum, bum, bum. Fishing, we meet again. We meet again.
Zug zug. Be safe.
Alright, here we go, here we go. I've already pulled one magic item out of the water. Imagine we pull a weapon. If we pull a weapon, that would be so cool. Our fishing is 230 right now. 230. This stream we have pulled one magic item, and it's looking that we'll get about a gold worth of fish on the auction house to sell, which would be super cool. We got our skinning up to 150. Now we can, well, it's not 150, but now we can take it to 150. Looks like we just got to kind of focus on our first aid a little bit here. And of course our mining is low. I haven't really focused on mining though. I wasn't impressed with the money that the copper was selling for. It's like a silver per copper, I think. I'll have to check the beginning of the stream because we did sell our copper. So I guess that's half a gold. It all adds up. I think we'll be in the Barrens soon as well. The Barrens has different fish available. I might just buy the fishing book instead of traveling to where you buy the fishing book too. Like if it's selling for almost a gold on the vendor by itself, or a gold, people are selling it for like a gold 30 or a gold 40, I'll just pick it up. Save the hassle of like traveling all the way there. We're up to 14 already? Holy smokes. That was a fast 14. I'm surprised that these sell for less, but I guess maybe they're more plentiful in other zones. Because there's a ton of these on the auction house. I'm just going to fish out this timer. I'm not going to worry about how many fish we get. I'm not going to worry about how many fish we get. I got to get going soon anyway. This will be our last set. Which will work out good because I don't have any bait anyway. If we can get our this current fish to gray by the end of the stream, that'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. By the way, let me know in the comments, guys, what your plans are for your games this week, if you're playing any games. I'm looking at possibly doing an Ember stream tonight. I gotta get revenge on the Ant Dungeon in the starter zone. On tanks a lot. Up to 23 of these bad boys already. might get a point. Who knows? Sometimes in the green zones, you hit those like 3 in a rows. That's nice. Bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum 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 bum. Someone said, do people tank anymore? And I put in the chat soon. Imagine being a tank on a hardcore server. Oof. Like, I'm talking about groups. You'd have to either be with people that you are really used to playing with, or you'd have to be like, I don't care if I die. Like, I mean, doesn't seem to be much middle ground there. The middle ground would be I'm not doing dungeons at all. That's what the middle ground would be. All right, 27 seconds. $20 seconds. $8 seconds. There we go. All right, let's go see. Let's go see the fruits of our labor. It's not going to be much. Hopefully we'll run into one of those like big bonuses, like we just hit like 3, 4, or 5 points in a row. I think these are going to go gray once we hit 130 though. That's my guess. They're basically almost gray right now. Nothing so far. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. I'm thinking it's like a 5% chance per tick, maybe. It's definitely not 10%. Okay, we've went through 15 already and we haven't hit 1 point. We might be looking at a 1 in 20. There's 20. We haven't got 1 point from 20. Okay, we've got 1 point. Hopefully we can hit like a streak here. Guys, Come on. If we hit a streak of 3 or 4, that's so cool. Okay, got one more. We can get one more point. Come on, system. Give us one more point. One more. Come on. One more. One more. One more. One more. Come on. One more. Darn it. We got 2 points for 35 fish, which, you know, isn't the greatest, obviously. But we got some more fish to sell. And we got to wrap things up anyway. So I think probably the best bet for us is going to be to get some new recipes. Maybe even see if we can buy some sage fish. But we got to buy mild spices with that. But we'll check. We'll check. We'll check the price of the sage fish. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Let's see. So we took our cooking up 49 points today. 49 points. That's a lot. And we did it all with our own fish. But we're going to check this sage fish and see how much they're selling for. But first things first, we got to sell some fish. My auctions. Where's my auctions? We're selling raw bristle catfish, 15 of them, so 54, 59. Maybe it'll just do it for us. Good. Create. And this one we just sell to the vendor. This we sell to the vendor. And we need to check the price of this. Ooh, it's expensive. This fish is expensive. Okay, we're not buying that. Let's check the recipes, though, for cooking. Let's ask the Googles, what recipe would be cheapest to level cooking from 129 to 150 in WoW buying off auction house. Curiously tasted omelet or hot lion chops? Did I spell omelet right? Omelette. Omelette. Okay, we can't use... Oh, it requires level 15. Okay, okay. Hot lion chops. Well, let's just buy this because it's so cheap. Oh, that's the actual omelet. We gotta get the recipe. We gotta get the recipe. Okay, it's not cheap either. Let's see. Does it require, though? It requires a raptor egg. Let's look up raptor egg. Yeah, those are cheap. Those are cheap. Okay, so the omelet's definitely one that we're going to look at. Let's go to recipe and search lion. hot lion chops. Okay, we can buy that for sure. And let's go get that, and then let's look at the ingredients for that. Take that. Requires cooking 125. That's right up our wheelhouse. And we need lion meat and hot spices. Reset, lion meat. Okay, so we're looking at about... Come on, who wants to sell their lion meat for cheap? $10.95. Here we go. Let's buy that out. That's 4 points right there. Let's... Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's bid. Yes. Bid. Yes. And let's just leave it at that. Let's go get the ones that we got. I don't want to spend too much money here. Let's sell this excess fish that we have in here.
Hail. Goodbye.
Okay, we don't need to repair anything. Oh. Alright, here we go, here we go. Oh, we need our hot spices. We need our hot spices. Oh man, I gotta get going too. I gotta get going. We're pushing the clock. We're pushing the clock. I should be able to fit this in. Cooking supplies. Okay, we need mild spices.
Spirits be with ya, man.
Oh no, we need hot spices.
Talk to me.
We need 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we go. Great all. This should take us to 130. These might go gray. Yeah, I thought so. All right, guys. We only need like 17 more cooking.
Hello, man.
Sweet. Let's sell these. No sell price. Let's just, I guess we'll keep them. Hot Lion requires level 15. Sell price 5 silver. Heck yeah. Sell that. Back to a gold. Back to
Be
a gold.
seeing ya.
Oh, wait a minute. What's that?
What you looking for?
Oh, that's 175.
Stay away from the voodoo.
All right, we'll run back to the mail, and then we'll call the stream there. By the way, guys, I do appreciate you checking this out, whether you're checking it out live or you're checking it out later on. And if you're not subscribed, I appreciate the sub. Hit the like button. Helps the algorithm. I don't make any money off of this stuff, but helping the algorithm definitely helps me out. There, I think we'll park it right here. But yeah, thanks for checking out the stream, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a great start to your week. And take care. Stay classy. God bless.